Hello, we're Geeks Assembled, and this week me and Susan are sitting down to talk about the second season of Andor, which was a long time coming. Since the first season was it 2022, 21, something like that. This 12-part season has just sort of finished, and it's sort of leading up to Rogue One in this season. All the characters are there from last time, and we'll go to Susan now for opening thoughts on Andor season 2.
Okay, well, hello, Geeks Assembled crew and faithful watchers. I enjoyed Andor so much. I have to tell you, when like a good big finish that slots right into an episode of Doctor Who, when you slot a show that fits like Rogue One, like it, you literally could edit it right into episode 4, A New Hope. This one, it slots right into Rogue One. It was absolutely phenomenal. And that's a really, it takes a lot of storytelling ability to be able to start with an endpoint that you already know and then tell an incredibly complex story that actually gets your blood pumping, your thought process going. Like, I do have one question for the audience. I'll start off this podcast by saying, now, who really ran the rebellion? Was it Mon Mothma or Bail Organa? Or was it the mole in the ISP? Or was it Luthen Rael or Clea? Or was it Andor or Bix or Nemo or his mom? And what was it? Who was it that really started this? Was it Leia Organa? Who was in charge of the rebellion? And I have a few answers that answer a few questions about that. Anyway, this story had spycraft. It had noble sacrifices. It had a little bit of suicide, and it had trigger warnings. It had there was lots of brilliant dialogue where you kind of had to pay attention to what they were saying, but then there was also like dialogue and then one layer of subtext and another layer of subtext. So there was like, oh my gosh, this writer Tony Gilroy, he went after it. It's a good writer, and I mean, it is complicated. Like the whole story, it's very complicated, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm pleasantly surprised that it didn't have any at all. Even after 2 whole seasons of it, they didn't have any Jedi, any Sith, any Force Ghost, Force healing, Force lightning. Really only mentioned the Force 3 times, 2-3 times in the whole stinking thing. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it was just amazing. It really was. It was Star Wars without Grogu, Star Wars without Yoda. I don't know how I liked it so much. I don't even know what that is. Okay, anyway. Um, yeah, so that's my opening thoughts. Lee, your opening thoughts, please.
Right. As you said, it's a complicated story. Yes, it is, because I don't understand any of it. I really don't. I don't remember the first season being that complicated. Apart from that, it's been so long since the first season, I couldn't remember what happened in the first season. Um, so I was sat watching this and I'm thinking, right, yeah, what did they do in what was happening in the first season to make this happen now? Yeah, it was 12 episodes. It was a long slog because it started off so slow, really slow. I think for the first half of these 12 episodes, I found out about farming, weddings, um, diplomatic talks around the table, and that was like the first 6 episodes. And
Mhm.
I'm watching it, I'm thinking, when's it sort of gonna get into the story? Um, but yeah, it was a very, very slow burn for me. Um, and there was no what happened. No, what's his face from season one? I'm trying to remember his name. Andy Serkis.
Oh, yeah.
So are we to assume that he stayed on that prison uh,
Or he
facility
died.
on the water?
Or he died. He jumped in and died. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's that thing. That was a sad sort of revelation in the middle of all of that.
yeah,
And his name was Kino Loy.
yeah. It sort of picked up for me. I don't know, maybe episode 7,
Mm-hmm.
8, when the massacre started.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's when the action started.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, right, we're getting into it now. Um, I can't, I can't knock them. It's visually stunning. It really is visually stunning. I, the acting is amazing, but for me, as I said, the story is just too complex. Um, I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, a Rogue One fan, whatever, those storylines was not complex
No.
as this one. And I just
Right.
don't know. I don't know why they made it like this. Um, yeah, and I still can't. I still don't understand. Um, what's his name? Oh, was it the Stars Guard? What's his name? The character.
Listen, Rail.
Roof and Rail. What was? I mean, he did it in the first season. What was it with the wig? Because because he didn't do anything to his face to disguise anything. I just didn't get that. Why he had a floppy wig
Oh,
and then
because of I can answer that from one of the sort of discussions about the the attitude of people in Coruscant. People Guys in Coruscant don't keep their hair short unless they work for the Empire.
right.
The only people who keep their hair short are Imperials or imps.
Mm,
It's a cultural thing. So if you're one of the hoi polloi, one of the culturati, you're gonna have long hair. That's why they're way.
No, so it just it just sort of confused me a lot that.
Yeah,
Um,
I know. And since he's not attached to any other planet, he can't claim another planet. So,
yeah. Um, yeah, a lot of the bad guys got the comeuppance. Um, but the trouble is with this series, if you've seen Rogue One, you know the outcome.
exactly.
Um, so you
You
can't
know,
really, you
you know
can't
the
really,
point, and you know the ending point. I
yeah,
mean,
you can't really feel for the characters because you know what happens.
you don't get a lot of excitement, a lot of like, oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
worked,
Um,
right?
yeah, yeah. It was just a bit of a bit of a struggle for me. I mean, 12 episodes I thought was a hell of a lot of episodes when other TV series nowadays only get 6 or 8.
But I think that's because it was supposed to be like these you're like these 3 episodes were 1 year, and then these 3 episodes were another year. And
Yeah,
these
why did they do? Yeah, why did they do that? Because they didn't do that in the first series.
no,
So there was added more and more time on before Rogue One.
right, because that was all over the course of like 6 months. The
Yeah,
first series was.
I mean, I think wasn't the first series only supposed to be a limited series, and
No,
then
they had it slotted in. Tony
right,
was going to write the whole story up to episode 4
yeah,
from wherever they started. Like he wrote the story for Rogue One.
right,
He wrote all of this. That whole Star Wars story. It's just like Favreau and Filoni wrote everything about, all the animation and everything up to Thrawn. You know,
mm,
yeah. There's a the question I posed has different answers for those 4 years. For the first year, the real center point of the rebellion was Andor himself, and you could argue Mon Mothma. But then once she did her speech in the second year, she is pushed forward, but then she goes into sort of protective custody. And there is
mm,
a bloke on YouTube who has done some super edits where he's got a 6 hour long um, Andor into Rogue One into A New Hope, which is
oh,
fan fucking tastic. But he's got this edit of all of the Mon Mothma speeches, and it is one speech, and it starts off super intense in the Senate, and then it becomes more like sort of like calling out certain things that will generate the rebellion the right way. It just shows what an incredible political mind she has. Like she is the only foil smart enough to outsmart uh Emperor Palpatine. Honest to goodness, like there was Bale was trying really hard because he had Leia, but he also had like you know, and the reason that Palpatine hit he talked it over with Vader, and they struck out at Alderaan first. What was because those guys thought that Organa was basically fomenting this whole thing, even though
mm,
Mon Mothma had done all these speeches. But the other thing that was really interesting was by like the third season or the third year, in the second season, you're like, you begin to see that Luthen Rael isn't actually, it's not actually him who's running the show. It's actually Clea. And by the end of it, you can see how she's she's running all the communication. She's, determining priorities for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that she has to kill him, I mean, here, spoilers, but yeah, she has to kill Luthen, her Ursat's father figure, and then also she has to run away and hide on Yavin 4. She's and just like Ray, or excuse me, just like what's her name, um Jyn Erso, uh the K2SO has to be there to really deflect all of the soldiers away from her. And so that's really cool. I mean, that kind of shows where the power structure is that for a while it was the Emperor thought it was Bail, the Ahsoka thought it was Mon Mothma, and
Mm-hmm.
Leia thought it was Obi-Wan Kenobi, but the reality is I think it was Clea all along. I really do. I think that and the fact that somehow the fall of Dead Ramiro ended her in the same place that Andor had spent all that time. The exact same jail. Bloody hell. I mean, that's about a just desserts. Oh my God.
But yeah,
Maybe Kino Loy was even in there, but who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? He may have died, but yeah. Oh, and the fact that even after the attempted of Bix, the essay of her,
Mm-hmm.
um, she had enough time with Andor to get pregnant. That was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, it was good to see K2SO and voiced by Alan Tudyk. Um, I thought it's about time he appeared.
Mm-hmm.
But those enforcer droids were lethal.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. Ghorman. Oh my gosh. Oh,
But yeah,
what they did was in Ghorman was they killed like 95% of the population, and then they took like a quarter of the planet's uh, crust off, and then just scooped out all the calcite apparently, and just put it there in that center thing, that center nuclear reactor, and that was the power source.
I mean, there was a lot of spider talk.
Oh, the spiders.
That was Gorman, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it took me a while to get around that. My head around that, thinking, what's to do with spiders? And then oh yeah, right, okay, I get it now. But see, if they don't explain anything simply, people will get confused.
Mm-hmm. And what did you think of like that guy? What was his name? Who are you? That was his line. Andor said to, what's his name?
Cyril Khan.
Cyril Karn. Yeah. He said Andor looked him right in the face after he was obsessed with him for the whole first season.
Mm.
Obsession. Number one obsession, Andor. And Andor looked at him and goes, oh my gosh, that was intense.
And that was the end of him.
That was so intense.
But yeah. I mean, as I say, it's a really amazing, visually stunning thing to watch. But if you're going into this blind and not understanding what's gone before or what comes after, it's a hell of it's a big ball of confusion.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Disney does it again with the effects. Amazing. It's great to see all those classic ships. You know, the X-wings, the Y-wings. Like we grew up watching it from the original Star Wars and stuff like that, being brought back to life on the screen. Amazing. I say Yavin 4, the Rebel base. Yeah, it was it's nostalgic, but for me personally, I just wish I could have understood it a little bit more, and the pacing of it was just a little bit off for me.
Uh-huh.
Anything else?
Oh, I did the suicide of like Partagas as he's listening to the audiobook written by that rebel from the first season.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Gets his blaster out.
mm-hmm.
Can you just give me a few minutes to compose myself?
Uh-huh.
And we also get the introduction of Piet
Mm-hmm.
in this, who
Yep.
later is in the movies.
Uh-huh.
So which is a good one because I didn't click on until then I heard the name Piet. Oh,
Uh-huh.
it's from was it Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And also as well, couldn't Mon shake a leg dancing.
Gosh, yes, those guys were great.
That that scene seemed to go on for a full episode. The the dancing at the wedding.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have expected them to be into rave.
No.
Hey-ho.
It's Chandrilla. What are you gonna do? Oh,
Yeah.
wait. That that car ride by the former uh financial backer of the rebellion.
Oh yeah.
And there was our Belinda Chandra driving, you know,
Farada Sethu.
yeah, as he just thinks that he's getting a ride, but she's gonna off him.
She dies later as well.
Yeah, she's
The woman who got shot.
yeah, but she's the one who is, you know, the assassin of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
So anything else for
Uh,
Andor?
let's see. Tony, I can't say enough good things about Tony Gilroy. I mean, I don't know what it's just his stuff is so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he wrote Michael Clayton or whatever and stuff like that. So good. And the Bourne Identity, the Bourne series. Oh my gosh.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
So, shall we go to final say score?
Yeah, for sure. I'm down.
Go on then.
I love Andor. I am so glad that they created this. This is this challenges my stance that Star Wars is only Star Wars if Grogu's involved right now, and I'm bewildered by my own response to this, and I enjoyed it a lot, and so yeah, it was amazing. I'll give this 10 surreptitious communication devices being eaten by silvery ooze out of 10.
Well, for me, it was very slowly paced and slightly confusing. Visually stunning, wonderfully acted. So I'm going to give this 7.5 Death Stars out of 10. If it wasn't just for those, the slow pace and the confusion of it all, it would have been a higher score for me. But it's wonderful to look at, really is. So yeah, so that's our little review of Andor season 2, and season 3 is not coming. They've said they're not doing it anymore.
Oh, so funny.
They just don't want to do anymore. So yeah, you guys out there, if you've watched this series, message us below on this video and let us know what you thought of it. We'll share this video across the social media platforms, so you'll find us there, Geeks Assembled. Just leave a message below on the video. And please watch the video. Just don't click on then click off. Just watch it, give it a thumbs up or whatever.
The only way the algorithm finds us, really.
Yeah. And
so many Geeks Assembled named podcast groups now. God dang it. We came up with a good name.
You would think that they wouldn't give the name to other people. They would have come up
they just ripped us off. That's fine, but fuck them. We were here first.
It's all right. We've got nearly 10 years. So yeah. Also, if you want to join us on these casts, all we ask is you be 18 plus, because certain things we discuss, what we watch, is our 18 rated. Also, our discussions can get rather heated and things get said. So 18 plus. All you need is a working camera and microphone on the device you've got, and we'll have you on. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel and remember to press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time we put a new video up. Like I did this morning, which was at 18 rated, because there's quite a few swear words in it.
Oh.
Because that's a suppressed.
Are you speaking about a recent Doctor Who discussion with Mr. Michael Shannon?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it was only going to be a short one, but it ended up nearly 2.5 hours long. But yeah, so this is why we asked for the 18 plus. And I think that's it, Susan.
Yeah.
I think after I've gone from this cast, I'm gonna go and do the Kessel run. Well, I don't know what Susan's got planned.
I'm going to Coruscant to go dancing with Maud.
Yeah, arms in the air. Just like you don't care. Oh dear. Right, so until next time, we'll be carry on raving and raving. Bye for now.